Oh my gosh. Hi, Shar. Good to see you. Hi, Asha. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, Turf Solutions. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, guys, how are you this afternoon? Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello. A well-made woman. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the hearts. Listen, guys, if you want to invite your followers, now would be a great time. I'm going to be asking you a question and then you're back. Yay! And I want you to ask me questions, okay? So for those of you who are in my scope for the very first time, if you put a 1, I'll know who you are so that I can make sure that I speak very slowly. Hi, Meek Speaks. Hi, Sabrina. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Kay Graves. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Hey, hey. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Listen, if this is your first time with me, please put a 1 in the chat because I don't want to go off and assume that you know who I am and what I'm talking about. But for those of you guys who've been following me for a minute, welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. This is your first time. Miss Cheryl, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the bazillion hearts this morning. Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome. Listen, and I went right back to sleep. Thank you. Thank you. So listen. I am Jen the Grant Guru. I have got close to 30 years of experience writing grants, one today. I have got close to 30 years of grant writing, grant research, and grant review experience. Not only, however, am I a grant writer, not only do I help organizations design fundable programs, that means programs that will get grant funding, but I also work with organizations to make sure that they have the proper leadership, including their board, including their infrastructure, including their systems, so that they can then get sustainable dollars. Because we don't talk about one grant. We know that you need more than one grant. We know that you need sustainability, all right? So that's the point of action that we speak from. So listen, guys, how many of you have a nonprofit currently or have an idea for a nonprofit? Put 1 in the chat box. If you don't have a grant, you don't have a program, and you want to start a program, you have one in your heart to do, put a 2. Hi, Plateau. Hi, Plateau. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So listen, guys, you all know that I am in, so there should be a 1 or a 2. Either you have a nonprofit or you looking to start a nonprofit. You and we had a great conversation this morning. I enjoyed our conversation this morning. I just thank God for your heart to serve. Thank you, Meeks, for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing on Facebook. Guys, I want to speak to you about what is keeping you from moving forward into your grant writing need. How many of you guys have applied for a grant? If you have applied for a grant and been successful, put a 1. If you've never applied for a grant but want to apply for a grant, put a 2. If you want to, 2. If you want to, 2. You want to. All right, 2. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What do you want to know right now? What are the things that you have been questioning or thinking about right now? If you knew something right now, what would that thing be to help you apply for that grant? If you said, Jen, if I knew this, I could apply for the grant. If I had that, I would apply for the grant. I want to know, what is that thing? What is stopping you from applying for the grant? You got the grant guru in front of you. You might as well ask me. I can possibly help you get the answer that you've been waiting for. Creating a board in technical terms. Got it. Resources. Got it. Got it. Got it. Creating a board of director, technical terms. That's great. That's great. Resources. Okay. So That is great information. Let me talk to you about the board, okay? You want to create a board that is, all of my answers are, oh my gosh. She says that because she's in the boot camp. And she's in the boot camp, and, you know, I've had several calls today, and all of them have been like, listen, y'all come to if y'all come to Periscope, and if you guys get on my calendar, you guys know I'm super passionate about what I do. So y'all come with a tape recorder. She said to me, I got to get a tape recorder. And one person said to me today, I had a tape recorder, but then it stopped. It stopped recording, and then I couldn't keep up. Yeah, come prepared to take a whole lot of notes and come with a tape recorder so you can play it over and over and over again. Hi, Bess. Is it Becky? I hope so. You got one. Good, 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 good. Listen, y'all, this right here is serious stuff. Listen, I don't even remember half the stuff that I say to you. Hi, Prissy Sissy. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining, and thank you for the hearts. Listen, guys, we are asking and answering questions regarding grants, grant writing. We are taking replay. Right? We are talking about grant writing, what is keeping you from writing your grant. I am the grant guru. I've got close to 30 years of grant writing, grant research, and grant review experience. Now we're about to start talking about the board of directors. The board of directors. So guys, listen, you want to know your organization's mission. You want to know what are the things that you want to achieve as an organization? And after you know that, now you start acquiring and pulling people in to be on your board, to serve on your board, to help you achieve that need. That is what their oversight is about. Their oversight as a board is to make sure that your organization stays on task and has the financial sustainability as an organization to move forward. That's the role of the board. So who are the people that you want to invite on your board? You want to invite people on your board. Yes, made some connections. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Making those connections, inviting them to be on the board, understanding, giving them clarity about what does that mean about being on the board. Yesterday, I had one of my boot campers ask me a wonderful question in the training call. I did a call yesterday, and she asked me, she said, if the board should be giving money, right? The board should be giving money. She said, what is the stipulation of what the board should be giving in support of the organization? Now, if you guys have a board currently, do you expect that they support your organization? All right. Put a 2 if you do not. If you do not. If you do. Do not. Right. If you have a board and you do not require that they support your organization, put a 2. Now, I'm going to go back to her question. Her question to me was, Jen, what is the cap? What is the most that the board should give? And I speak from a place of significance. Listen to me closely. Lean in. Lean in. Hi, a well-made woman. Significance is key. If you're not going to set a number, and what is that number based on? If you say, I want the board to give a certain amount, what is the basis of that number? Like, how'd you come up with that number, right? Hi, Sia. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Where does that number come from, right? Hello, hello. We're talking about grant writing. We're talking about board members and how much do your boards give, right? As a contribution to your organization. In addition to the design of the board, the terms of the board, the people that you want to bring into partnership with you, what are the expectations of the board? In addition to coming to the quarterly meetings or, responding to emails and things like that, what else do you expect for them to do? Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Most boards of nonprofit organizations expect their board members to give or get. You guys have heard of give or get, right? So what is that give or get number? How do you set that number? I say, what is the position descriptions, right? They also need prescriptions. They need positions. They need to know the terms of how long they're going to serve and their expectations, right? What is their role? If they have an office or something like that. Hi, Favor, and thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So the number that you guys expect your board to give and to contribute to the organization hinges upon what is the operational budget. Those are unrestricted dollars that come from your board, right? So how do you come up with that number? Where does that number come from? How much is your organizational budget? And of that, how much do you want your board to support you raising that, getting that, or reaching that goal? That could be any number. Or you could say, we expected our board to give a significant gift, right? If it's not a certain amount. So like I've worked on boards where they've expected board members to give, $5,000, $10,000, depending on their capacity. We didn't care if they gave it out of their pocket, if they got it from their company, if they got it from their neighbors. I frankly don't care how you get it. That's what we agreed upon, that every member would give $10,000, right? Whatever, depending on how many people are on your board. If the board is 3, if the board is 10, that's a significant amount of money. And that money goes to your board bottom line, right? So those are gifts, those are contributions, those are individual gifts from each board member. Now they are supporting your board, right? Hopefully, if they have an influence with their company or their ring of associates, right? They will now start also giving. But there doesn't need to be a certain amount. It's whatever your board agrees upon. The board has agreed. The board's voted. Said this is how much money we going to give. Whatever significant is. Or you say, we just expect for you to give significantly. What might be significant for me might be, $5,000. What might be significant for somebody else could be $20,000. You can put a cap on it or not. Right? So there is no hard and fast rule is my point. However, what I am saying is that everyone on the board should have an expectation that they are going to give to your organization. Why? If you apply for a grantor may ask you, so tell me about your board giving. Does your board give? They're volunteers. They work with you. Hi, M. Blake. How are you? Your boards work with you. Do they give? I, as a funder, wants to know if the people that oversee you, do they contribute to your organization? That will and may come up as a question for a grant, right? So if you are expecting or wanting or seeking grant dollars, be prepared that in a budget explanation, that might come up. That it is assumed that most board members know that they have to contribute in some way, be it an in-kind, be it direct, whatever. Okay? So did I answer that question? Board of directors, board organization, understanding the influence of the board, resources. That was the other question, resources. So you need to understand the resources of your program and the resource needs of your organization for sustainability. All right. I wish many of you guys who were in the boot camp because we go over that. However, if you're not in the boot camp, the training on the 27th, I'm going to answer a lot of those questions in detail of what you need to consider as resource needs, not just for your program, but for your organization as a whole for sustainability. All right. We'll be talking about the organization's needs, the community needs, and then the resource needs. How all of them little circles work together, just like program, finance, and development. Organizational need, community need, resource. All of that works together. So that's what I'll be talking about on the 27th. All right. So what else? What do you want to know about grant writing now? If you said, Jen, I have a question about this. Can you help me, with this? This is my program. I want to know what is stopping you from writing the grant now. Now, if you don't have a nonprofit, and the question could be, Jen, I don't know if I should get the nonprofit first, or do I design my program first? I don't know which one to do first. My response to that is, why can't you do both? And if you, in fact, apply for your 501c3 status, go through all that work, and you don't have a program, we have a problem. Right? So I say to people, while you're waiting, Even if before you start the process, why not understand your population? Because now you have identified before you sent off names on the document, right? Names on the document, got your bylaws all together, your articles of incorporation, and now you're trying to put together a program. But if you put the program together first, now this is just my way of thinking, and I could be crazy. But if you know your program, then you know the people that you need to invite and include in your board. You have your 501c3 status. Awesome. So what has kept you from developing your board? Hi, Radio. Good to see you. Good to see you. You got your status. What has been the challenge of a board? Because I always believe, I encourage people to have their board before they get their 501c3. I encourage people, position holders. Yeah. What could happen is you got to spend all that money, get the stuff together, and then you got to start making it. You got to start creating it after the fact. But now you're on the clock. You've already paid for it, right? Hi, Sela. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining. But I hear what you're saying. So are you able to identify the people that you need to help you lead and oversee your organization? All right. So you want people who hold various key positions, not just to be sitting there, but that they are able to provide program oversight, financial oversight, legal advice, right? Encouragement, because now they your boss, right? The board provides oversight of the organization to make sure that the organization is solvent, is raising the money it needs for sustainability, and is truly staying on course with the mission. A lot of people confuse the board as, oh my gosh, they should be helping me with program. I need help. So I put all these people on the board to help me with program. That ain't their job. I don't know if the person I had that conversation with is on this scope, so I won't go deep into it. But I said, basically, sweetheart, that's not the role of the board. That's not the role. It's not the role of the board. No, it's not. No, it's not. Ha! I also need a location. Oh. Is there a way that you can partner within your community for a location? I'm new to you. Do you sell this information? Pass web, course materials. Hi, Sia. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I am a grant writer. I am a fundraiser. I am a professional nonprofit expert. I've got close to 30 years of experience writing, research, and reviewing in grants. I have been a trainer, a coach, a mentor to nonprofit organizations, executives, board members, new staff, setting up systems in the nonprofit. I have worked with very small startup organizations as well. I provide after-school programs. And I'm like, okay, after school program, what time? Like until midnight? Like, are you providing after school program from 4 to 9, 4 to 8? What does after school program look like? What does that mean? I'm going to provide after school program? What does that mean? And we're going to serve these kids. We're going to mentor these kids. All right. What does mentor mean? What does mentor mean? What you gonna mentor them about? How do I know that's what they need is mentoring? How do I know they need mentoring? How do you know that your mentoring is effective? At least But I'm telling you, as I'm reading proposals, this is what comes to light. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Disqualify. I ain't even going to read the rest of this because the budget is not going to line up with after school program. How they going to get there? How they going to get home? How you know they been there? How long you going to keep them? Is this thing going to be 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week? How? Because I'm looking at the budget. I'm looking at the budget saying, how much is this program going to cost? How you know how much it's going to cost? You done left all doors open. All doors open. How then are you going to manage the expense? When you get the money, how you going to dispense the funds? Who gets paid? How does it get paid? How often does it get paid? Right? It's like, oh my gosh. For the layman, okay. Cell phones for bus drivers and personnel often overlooked. Yeah, wow. Light bulb just flickered about the proposal I said. That is what a funder is looking for. They want to understand that the money that you are requesting from them is going to be managed based on the description of what you said you were going to do in this proposal and your ability to measure that and then report back on it. That is why many people have a difficult time taking their program idea and put it into a proposal. Everyone who's in the boot camp or who comes to me and say, Jen, I just don't know where to start. We start at the